Back everybody, this is Wedge. I've realized after I made the last video that I didn't have a way to record the 3DS. I didn't want to have to sit here and hold it above it and, hit the buttons and all that other stuff. And I don't have a capture card for it because that's basically just another 3DS. So that's between two, and I even saw them up to $600. Now, I did this. I made this. Kind of came to me. I used cardboard from a box and just some hot glue and put it together. So we'll see how it goes. This is going to be the starting video. Alright, so English, begin game. I think it looks really well. I mean, of course, the reflection is going to kind of mess with it a little bit. Maybe I could put up a wall over here. I don't know. I'll figure something out to get rid of the glare. But without further ado, let's get this started. I'm going to be playing Omega Ruby, of course. I love how they did the original Game Boy Advance opening to it. It's really nice. But I love the transition that you'll see. Which, if you actually watch closely, it actually turns into your bottom screen that has the town map and everything on there here in a second. The world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon at times, play together as friends, and at times helping one another out. And sometimes we just like to have fun battling others, like us. I can't really do voices that well. It's something I really need to work on. Like, I never understood that. Why is there a Tropius right there close to Poochyena? That's very unsafe for us. And then there's the Larion earlier. That's just absurdly ridiculous and would suck. What about you? Are you a boy or a girl? I would like to say I'm a boy. Give your name? Yes, I will. It's going to be Wedge. So you're a Wedge? Yeah, sorry I can't have the bottom screen too. You're that Wedge. Yeah, yes, I am. Yep, we're going to Little Root. Yeah, see how it turns into their bottom screen? I think that's pretty interesting. Like, what kind of mother would do this? Me and Biggs have talked about this. What kind of mother would make you ride in the back of a moving truck? That's freaking freaky to me. I don't understand it at all. Like, what if you get crushed by a box? Would your mother not be sad? Anyways, time to go. I like how you start with running shoes this time. God, that was always such a pain in the other Pokemon games, is having to wait for running shoes. Or, like the first one. I've been playing Pokemon Blue here lately, and not having running shoes is kind of a pain in the butt. My mother's so surprised to see me come out of the back of the truck. Well, that's where you set me. Well, this is Little Root Town. What do you think? I think it's a really small town, but it has a Pokemon lab, so that's cool. So, out of my types, which I'll put my types in the description, actually. I've got Rock, Water, Fairy, and Poison. So, I did kind of change up the rules a little bit, which made more sense. If you look, I kind of edited it. If, let's say, like my starter, I'm going to choose Mudkip because it starts off as a water. So I'm going to use it if it evolves, which it probably will. I could always keep it a Mudkip by making it not evolve, but I think that'd be a little ridiculous. But if it evolves, I have to Wonder Trade it off. The best way to do it to where you can use a Pokemon, but if it evolves into something else, then you can't use it. Just like you can't use it if it starts with something else. Like I can't use a Meryl, but I can use, or I can't use a Azul, but I can use a Meryl or an Azumarill. Just because they are both water fairy, but Azurill is not. So I'm gonna try and get to at least the starter. Maybe get to where it's gonna start and maybe trade one off and see what I can get to. The reason I decided to do this game instead of X or Y, I could have done X or Y, but Gen 3 was my favorite gen. I really loved Ruby. I always played Ruby. I still have my copy of Ruby, actually. It's really fun. I just always liked the starters, and I always chose Blaziken. So that's going to be an interesting little change up, because I've never used Mudkip. I've used Trico a couple of times, but I've never used Mudkip. Pretty much because, and me and Biggs have talked about this, the moveset, just like on Empoleon, Piplup, you know, the moveset for them sucks. So you have to TM them out and all that other stuff and go through all that. I've always loved Blaziken's moveset. Last time me and Biggs decided to play through, actually, I used Blaziken, and then whenever you have that Poochyena here at the beginning, it always has a Fang move, an Egg move, Fang move. That's like, I think it is, what is it? Fire gets Ice. I want to say Water gets Fire, and then Grass gets Electric, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to ask Biggs about that, because he always chose Trico, so I'll ask him what Fang move he got. But it's interesting. How come she's going to go help her dad catch wild Pokemon? Okay, I understand that part. That's kind of cool. But it's just like a couple routes up. Does he not travel out? Does he only go to Route 1? If so, where does he get the Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip? And why is he running from a freaking Poochyena? Okay, Poochyena makes more sense later on, after you beat the game, post-game, after the Delta episode and all that fun stuff. He gets chased by... He gets chased 3 different times. He gets chased by Shroomish, which I don't understand. He gets chased by a moving truck Machoke, which I think is kind of funny. And then he gets chased by his wife, which is even more hilarious. I don't, like I said, I don't understand it. I really don't. I'm going to try to get through the, at least through the next rival battle. Just see, well, while we're here, let's actually look at the summary. Let's see. Oh, not bad, not bad. I know y'all can't see it here. I'll move and let y'all see. Here's the summary. So, can't check the nature yet. So that will be on a later episode. But alright, let's get this over with. And let's kill us a Poochyena. Poochyena. I'm just gonna water gun it to death. I know, probably would be smarter to use tackle since my attack is higher, but I would like to say his special defense is lower than his defense. I think that's Puccino's base stats. Either way, two-shot it, and it's a crit. Critical hit. All right. Woo! Okay, so who is surveying wild Pokemon? Why was he surveying them? Like, is he trying to make like a random Safari Zone here? Because that would be cool. And that's another thing. I'm not going to go into the Safari Zone and count it unless I really need to. Just for the simple fact that it's not essential to go into the Safari Zone. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can go through this whole game. Woo, we got a Mudkip. Go through this whole game without ever going to the Safari Zone, which is perfectly fine. So that's probably what I'll do. And then need to figure out a name for the Mudkip. So the name I'm going to choose is Blub. B-L-U-B. Blub. Just because I've heard somewhere on a video noises and blub, blub, blub. I thought it was kind of funny. So since I'll probably be getting rid of it after it hits 16 anyways, just to see what I can get, because like I said, I really don't like Mudkip's moveset. So we will see what happens. Let's get through this. If I can stop hitting walls. I think I'll be good as long as I know she'll have the Trico. That's going to be fun. Make it a level real quick. May grind up a level just to make sure and then go heal. After I kill this stupid Wurmple. Die. And if anybody was wondering, the lock does not start till after you get the free Pokeballs. Once you get your first free Pokeballs, that's when the lock will actually start. Because you can't catch Pokemon if you don't have Pokeballs. Well, that was an easy level. So, I'm not worried about it too much right now. I'm just, well, since we got that level, we'll just heal on our way through. Guy wants to tell me what a Pokemon Center looks like and what a Pokemon Mart looks like. Blue is the Mart. Red is the center. I got this, bud. I got this. On all games, potions. On all games, I really wish there was a way that you can just skip the tutorials. Like, it should ask you if you've played it before. And if you say yes, then you can just skip the tutorial, like stuff like this, but they'll give you the item still. You know, just like the catching the Pokemon that we'll have to do later. That to me is a little redundant because I played this. This will be the 5th time that I've played through this game. So it's not that big of a deal. But there's more research I'm going to do. I'm going to make a list of every single Pokemon that I can get. Just so I'll have it with me and I don't have to worry about... Because I'm not the best at Pokemon. Nowhere near it. And I don't have what every Pokemon is memorized. So I may have to look at typings and stuff like that. But if I have a list, then I'll know what I can get and what I can't. Woo, first rival battle. Is it this game? It's one of the Pokemon games that you actually fight and you skip the middle evolution, which is really weird to me. I don't think you should ever skip evolutions, especially in battle, especially when you're trying to complete the Pokédex, because then you have to worry about wonder trading or just trading in general from somebody else, especially pre, Pokebank and pre 3DS. You had to actually have friends, and who has friends these days? Ha 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 ha. No, but seriously, I always thought that was a weird thing. I think that you should be able to catch the other ones later on, like maybe post game. They have kind of like this friend safari in X and Y. I really like that. I kind of wish they would have brought that back and put it on the battle resort, because that opens up more Pokemon that you can get. But I would also like it to be different than X and Y, because I have X also. So if I decided to, have friends on there, I think it should be different per game. So like one friend's going to have a ghost, and it has, Ghastly and, I don't know, Chandelure. I don't know if that's the actual combination you can get or not. But let's say that's one combination. Well, what about on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they have fighting instead of ghost? I think that would be pretty neat. Just my 2 cents, though. I mean, I just think that would have been something that they can do. Maybe they'll bring it back in Sun and Moon, which I'm kind of excited for. There's still not a lot of information about it out there, but I'm kind of excited about it. I like how whenever they said Sun and Moon, a lot of people did Soul Rock and Lunatone. So I've also noticed that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is red and blue, obviously, but X and Y was also red and blue. And you have Soul Rock or not Soul Rock, but Sun and Moon, which is also red and blue. So I think that's an interesting little concept there. Maybe, I don't know if this is going to be 7th gen or just a continuation of 6th gen, but I'm really hoping that it's got the Pokédex. I'm really hoping that it's still 6th gen, since they're going with the same coloration. But I would like to have more Pokemon. I know that they usually don't do that. Whenever they add more Pokemon, it's going to be a new gen, which I completely understand that. It makes a lot of sense. But let me try to straighten that up a little bit. At the same time, I don't know. I would really like. Now we're getting the Pokeball, so the lock has officially started. Any deaths are counted as permanent, and I'll either put them in the box or I will release them. If I put them in the box, then off camera I'll put them in my bank, especially if I want to keep something. But if it's something that I already have, I'll just send it away. But I know, like, whenever they add extra games, like whenever they do the third of games like they did Emerald, they really didn't add too many. I mean, they added Rayquaza, but you could fight Rayquaza in Ruby and Sapphire. So I just think it would be something neat and something different, but at the same time, I know it's unlikely to happen. Which I completely understand that. They've got a theme going. They shouldn't just throw it all away. Now, an interesting fact here. I actually went and talked to her, and all she does is make you rest. So you have to actually try to leave for her to stop and talk to you. You can't just go to your house and talk to her. I always thought that was kind of weird. I tried going and talk to her a few times just to see what she would say if we would have the. And I'm not going to do the PokeNav. I'm not going to do that. To me, that's not fair, because then I'll know what it's going to be. But Alright, first Pokemon. I'm not going to count the Poochyena either. I'm just going to kind of... I'm just going to probably kill it or just skip over it. Interesting fact. Every Pokemon on Route 101 that you run into is a 100% catch rate. You don't have to damage it. All you have to do is throw a Pokeball. And yeah, you don't even have to use like Great Balls, Ultra Balls, nothing like that. You can use any kind of Pokeball that you want to. So, we got Zigzagoon, and I'm going to name it. I'll probably name it Wonder, because that's what I usually name whenever I want to trade. So I'll name it Wonder, and then I'll trade it off, and we'll see what we can get. Yes. I always try to nickname them. And yes, I did. I always try to nickname them before. Oh, we can't. Right. So, still doing the lock, still only getting one route. But we don't have the equipment to do it yet. We are going to get it very shortly. Somebody gives it to us. I think it's after we help Wally get his Ralts. So, after we go talk to our dad and we watch Wally catch a Pokemon, then his uncle or our dad will give us give us the extra stuff to where we can do super training and stuff. I'm not going to super train, nothing like that. Now, I am going to try and skip as many trainers as I can right now, because I don't want to level up Mudkip too much and it evolve and I'm kind of screwed. I mean, of course I can get to the point that it goes to evolve and I can just hit B and cancel it. But at the same time, I kind of do want to trade it away so I can get something a little bit more useful to me. So let's take out this Zigzagoon real quick. Gonna take a couple of hits. I do like the way Zigzagoon looks, how it's kind of flowy when it goes to tackle and stuff like that. Because like Mudkip just kind of like slides forward and slides back. But I do like the way Zigzagoon kind of like slinks as it jumps around. And I will probably... No, I could take him on. I'll skip the next one. And then I'll skip the girl right before the city and go ahead and get Wally and everything so I can go ahead and trade this one away. I have not caught a Pokemon on this route yet. So maybe I should go ahead and do that too. So I can go ahead and trade two of them off and get hopefully two good Pokemon. Now, I was looking at the Pokemon that I have, or the types that I have: Water, Rock, Fairy, and... Crap, I forgot the last one. Rock, Water, Fairy, and Poison. Poison, that's what it was. It's interesting because you got Rock and Water, which Rock's weak to Water, then Fairy and Poison, and Fairy's weak to Poison. So I thought that was interesting. So, looking at those, there's really not a lot of Pokemon that can utterly destroy as long as I switch out. I'll go down here and get this item too. As long as I switch out. But at the same time... Alright, let's come... Oh yeah. She wants to show us these Wingull, I think. It's either Wingull or Beautifly. Ah. Look up there. Check them out, Wedge. Yeah, it's a bunch of Beautifly. But, like, there's no particular typing that could wreck my face. So, I should be good. I mean, there's some that I'm not particularly strong against, but I should be able to take them on without too terribly much trouble, as long as I keep a kind of diverse typing going on. Now, I may run into the issue of a level issue. I'm just going to throw a ball at it. I'm not going to worry about trying to damage it. These aren't 100% catch, but it's such a low level. I may just... but it's... As long as I keep a diverse team, there shouldn't be anything I can't take care of. I don't want to kill you, Zigzagoon. Just get in the Pokeball. Just get in, and we'll be okay. I don't want to kill you and ruin my chances. Come on. Okay. I'm gonna look at stats real quick. My attack's higher than my special attack, but I'm also 4 times its level. And Water Gun gets stab. I'll tackle and hopefully I don't kill it. If I kill it, woo! 1 freaking health left. Whew. I was kind of sweating it. I really thought I was about to kill that dang thing. His freaking health dropped like a fucking sack of rocks. It's stupid. Anyways, this should be a catch, and then that will be 2 that I get to trade away. But of course, I gotta go help Wally real quick. Gotcha. Zigzagoon was caught. Blub gained experience. Give a nickname? Yes. And it'll be Wonder 2. Like, I actually put the number 2. So I can differentiate which one's on which. And I will keep a little notepad of what Pokemon I get per route. So I won't have to worry about... like, oh, did I get this on this route? Did I get a Pokemon for this route? I'll actually have the routes listed and what I get for them. So I don't have to really keep it in my head or anything like that. I can just kind of go for it. So it's getting pretty far up there on the time. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably cut it off after I help Wally, and then I will... I'll lend you one of my Pokemon. Wally receives Zigzagoon. I'll give you a Pokeball too. So does he only give him a Pokeball? Like, what kind of... Like, May gave us 10. Usually they give you 5 before this. But literally just gave him a Pokeball? What kind of dick move is that? I know it's 100% catch because it is, you know, supposed to show you how to do it, basically. But it's still freaking ridiculous. And what kind of luck is it that he gets a Ralts? Look, little kid. I guess it kind of matches the green hair with the green head. I don't know. But yeah, as soon as I get done with this, I will I'll save it, and then I will Wonder Trade all this off. And hopefully I'll get something halfway decent that won't get me freaking murderized. That is the only hope that I have right now. Now, like, I was looking at all the Pokemon that I could get, and I didn't make a list like I should have, but there's one that I really doubt I will ever get. I would love to get, and I really wish before I got rid of my old 3DS that I would have moved all the Pokemon off of there into the bank, but I didn't, and I really should have. Because that was when Diancie came out. And I really, honestly doubt I'm ever going to get a Diancie. I mean, you never know. Somebody may be ridiculously generous and be like, oh, I'm just going to give out my Diancie randomly, and I get it. If that's the case, then holy crap. You'll probably hear me scream. You'll probably hear me, like, jump and break my leg or something. I don't know. But I'd be really excited since that was an event exclusive. Okay, yeah, so Wally does give it to us. Yeah, Wally gives it to us. So, not a big deal. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome little kid. Like, random as crap that he gives this to us. But, anyways. And thank you, Mr. Norman. What kind of Norman? It's funny. His name is Norman. And he does the normal gym. Ha, 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 ha. Just like Roxanne is the leader of the rock gym. Ha, ha. They are so punny. So punny. But you gotta love them. I love Nintendo just for the simple fact that they do crazy stuff like that. But anyways, this has been Wedge. I'm going to actually save it right here. And we will see you next time.